Hello, today we will be presenting on LGBTQ students and teachers in our schools. My name is Ashley.
And my name is Molly. To start us off today, we would like to show you a brief video of a few different students talking about their experiences as openly gay students in a classroom and how they believe that a safe classroom and safe school environment is incredibly beneficial for all students, whether you're openly gay or not. Please enjoy.
I knew I was bisexual when I was in middle school, but I didn't really know how to express it. Sometimes you can hear the teachers whispering when you're passing through the hallway talking about it. I had teachers make comments to me before, and I reported it. I said, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, I'm sorry, but sometimes your comments that you say really affect the way I feel, make you feel uncomfortable in your class. It was affecting my learning, like my grades had dropped a little bit, because I didn't want to come to school, I wasn't paying attention. It was just bothering me so much that I had to say something.
My name is Elena. I'm in the 11th grade and I am lesbian. I've gotten used to people saying derogatory words to me. Somebody yelled out the window and called me a dyke and a butch. Certain people still hide the fact that they're a homosexual from their parents. And they look at school as a place of safety for guidance counselors, teachers, and if a homosexual is in class and a teacher says something, they're going to feel like they still in this shell where they can't come out and be who they really are.
It's like, I don't understand how you can judge someone just because of their sexuality. That doesn't mean they're an alien.
Words and actions could affect homosexuals, whether they're in the closet or outside of the closet.
Sit in our seat and look and let us show you what you're doing to us. Because I know a lot of teens don't feel comfortable at all.
Alright, we found this video to be significant for a few different reasons, but we really liked the quote at the end where it says, where the young girl says, words and actions could affect homosexuals whether they are inside of the closet or outside of the closet. And also the line where it says, all kids deserve safe classrooms. So for today, we would like to advocate on behalf of both LGBTQ students as well as faculty members in school environments.
All students, including LGBTQ students, deserve equal opportunity to a solid education and all of its benefits. School is where young people learn, grow, and develop mentally and emotionally. It's a space that must be free of discrimination and intimidation. Unfortunately, too many are harassed, bullied, and discriminated against, causing many to underperform or drop out. HRC President Chad Griffin.
Okay, in order to create an environment for both LGBTQ students and faculty, we are proposing that it's important to create an inclusive school setting, meaning a setting in which everyone feels welcome and able to express themselves however they feel. So to start this off, we would like to advocate for a Gay-Straight Alliance Club. Gay-Straight Alliance Clubs provide support for LGBTQ students and staff. Not only do they provide support, but they also allow for students and administrators to understand the dynamic of their school. And by this we mean that there's this opportunity for administrators and teachers to kind of gauge how their students interact with one another and maybe where each person is at as far as having a level of diversity. So we found this to be important because this way teachers and administrators will know what needs to be taught within a classroom in order to ensure that everyone is aware and everyone is accepting. And then lastly, in gay straight alliance clubs, encourage members to educate their peers, which is another very important aspect of it, because gay straight alliance clubs can be at pep rallies or school events and communicate to the school maybe through posters or like a student fair, and let the school know the importance of a gay straight alliance club.
Secondly, we'd also like to advocate for inclusive leaders and allies. We feel that having leaders who create safe and inclusive environments is really important. One way that leaders can go about this is by creating safe spaces for their students and faculty. The point of a safe space is to create a space where anyone can relax and be fully self-expressed without fear of being made to feel uncomfortable, unwelcome, or unsafe on account of biological sex, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, gender identity, or expression. It is a place where all rules guard each person's self-respect and dignity, and strongly encourage everyone to respect others. So basically, we are advocating for having leaders and allies that recognize a sense of diversity in the school and create a safe space for all of those people.
And interestingly enough, you can get certified to be a safe space leader here on Eau Claire's campus. All right, next we would like to advocate for different clothing and dress codes for schools. We understand that obviously there has to be some sort of limit to how someone dresses at a school, but we would not like to limit the freedom of expression that is protected by our First Amendment. And so for schools to implement dress codes that allow all students to express themselves would be a wonderful asset, because it promotes this idea that, hey, feel free to dress how you want, and it encourages a sense of expression.
We also think that identifying the difference between sex and gender is really important in creating an inclusive school setting. A lot of people still to this day get the difference between sex and gender really confused. So sex refers to the actual biological differences, the chromosomes, the hormonal profiles, and the internal and external sex organs. Whereas gender, on the other hand, describes the characteristics that society or our culture in general decides are considered masculine or feminine. So we think it's really important to use gender-neutral facilities and language in our classrooms. So what is gender-neutral language? Gender-neutral language is a way of speaking that minimizes assumptions about gender, sexual orientation, or the biological sex of the people being referred to. And how can we use gender-neutral language in our classrooms? Gender-neutral language can eliminate assumptions about someone's gender identity or sexual orientation based upon their appearance. We can use it in our classrooms by never dividing a class by gender or making statements just addressing one gender, such as the boys in this class. We can avoid using words like chairman, fireman, or stewardess when discussing careers or occupations, because these are really gender specific. Instead, we can use corresponding gender neutral terms such as chairperson, firefighter, or flight attendant. Also, instead of using the term you guys, which is really common in classrooms today, we can use the gender neutral terms like everyone or people to refer to all students in our class. We can avoid assigning classroom or school tasks based on historical roles of gender. For example, only asking boys to move chairs or desks. And we can include as many resources as possible within our classroom and curriculum that depict women and men in non-traditional ways. And finally, we can always ask students who identify as transgendered or intersex which gender they would prefer to be identified with and address them as such.
All right. We would also like to create a better anti-bullying policy for schools across the country. Strong policies protect all students, which means not even just LGBTQ students, but anyone who feels oppressed when attending their classrooms or being in a school environment. Second, we would like to kind of like Ashley was just talking about with the gender and sex conversation, we'd like to implement rules against language that is harassing gender norms, gender identity, and gender expression. Again, we'd like to train staff members kind of in the same regards as safe space. We'd like to have communication between the entire school. People need to understand the importance of talking things out, knowing what is not allowed within a classroom, within a school setting. And we'd also like to educate teachers and administrators to better implement these policies within their own classrooms.
We truly believe that if we implement these suggestions, that our classrooms and our schools can become safe spaces for all students, especially our LGBTQ students and staff.
Thank you for listening with us today, and we hope you have a good one.